What is going on, everyone? The Phillies lose in the Little League World Series Classic 8-2 to the New York Mets. And listen, it's all fun and games. It's cool, the environment, the little kids, Rhys Hoskins having fun. That's all great. It is. It's entertaining. But I want to win baseball games. That's what I care about. We're in a position right now where we need to win baseball games. And because we fall tonight, 8-2 in this last game of the series, we fall. We actually do not win the series. We lose. We lose the series. Nick Pivetta struggling insanely tonight. He can't even get in the 4 innings. He can't even complete 4 innings. He's getting rocked in the second inning. Single, 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 single. Pitcher comes up. He moves people over. Single. Letting up runs left and right. The only thing this team is consistent on is being so inconsistent. It's unbelievable. It really is. Now, I'm not saying it's all over. I'm not saying they can't win the division right now, because where they fall at the very moment, they're still clearly reachable of the Braves. But what pisses me off the most about how this series played out is you have the Rockies destroying the Braves for us, doing everything we could have asked them to do. Beat them up. Make the Braves lose. And we can't beat the Mets, and we fall in a series to the Mets. That was an opportunity. That might not be the only opportunity we get, but that was an opportunity. And that's why I'm really pissed off. For real, I'm pissed. So after the Mets take a little bit of a lead, it was 4-0 at this point. Rhys Hoskins looked like to have a 3-run dinger, but it was just foul. I mean, it was literally just foul. Rhys up the bat later on in the game. He's this close to putting it over the left field wall. He ends up getting on base, and Carlos Santana comes up next and puts him in with a 2-run shot of himself, and that's how we got the 2 runs. But man, Nick Pivetta just really struggling tonight. Odubel Herrera, who's been criticized, right? Not because of his production, if you will. It's mental mistakes. Mental mistakes. That's something you can control. I knew it wasn't the reason why we lost, or it wasn't anything crazy because the score was already kind of a blowout at this point. But there was a ball that went out to him in center field, and he just bobbles it a little bit. But that allows a catcher from first base to score. That can't happen. That's garbage. That can't happen. And the commentators, A-Rod, these people are talking about how we just have errors, and errors. And when it comes to the major leagues, we are the absolute worst when it comes to defense, which is so weird on how we're where we are in the standings. And I can't agree with them anymore. You just can't lose games like this. The Mets are not a good team statistically this year. These are the games that we need to take advantage of. It's bogus. And technically, we're not at Citizens Bank Park tonight. What is up with the struggles being away? Now, technically, it's a home game, but we weren't in CBP. What is the deal with this team? It drives me nuts. We'll lose 24-4. We'll come back the same day and crush them. Then we fall, and then we beat them, and then we lose. And like, what? Just what? Why? What is up with the inconsistency? It's And I'm not calling for the season to be over because of this one loss. I know we're still in striking distance, and I feel another opportunity is going to come up. But we have chances. We do. We need to take advantage of them. And this series right here was an opportunity that we let slip. And you're lying to yourself if you disagree with that. The Rockies did their job for us. The Rockies took a beating. Well, the Rockies made the Braves take a beating. And here we are, losing a series to the Mets. And it's not like the Mets are some garbage team. But we're better than them, and we should have won. for Nick Pivetta to be struggling like this, it makes me look back at the trade deadline. And we've heard it. Even during the trade deadline, we don't think we need a starting pitcher. We're going to go for the bullpen. So we go out and get Aaron Loop. But in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, Cole Hamels tearing it up for the Cubs. Jay Happ could have been nice. And we're sitting here with a Nick Pivetta with his last few starts. Now, he had a decent one against Boston. And, he's had some decent thrown in there. But I can name you a few where he hasn't even gotten out of the third inning, fourth inning. And that's a problem. You can't have it. You can't have that. Just frustrated. Emotional roller coaster it is. Emotional roller coaster. Wilson Ramos behind the plate tonight. On a breaking ball early in this game, he gets it. It was the second inning, to be exact. Breaking ball. Still finds a way to get it out quick and gun out. A runner at second. It was beautiful. Scott Kingery applied a beautiful tag. I know I ripped on the atmosphere and all that kind of a little bit in the beginning, saying it was cool, but I just care about getting the W. But, to see Scott Kingery play in the Little League World Series before was cool. Todd Frazier, same thing. They showed highlights of these guys. Todd Frazier being dominant in the game he wanted. That's awesome. One thing that wasn't that cool to me, the nicknames that can go. I honestly, personally think that was a terrible time to use it. These kids out of the country, all this, they're like, oh, who's playing for? Who's playing this? Oh, Big Dad. The big fellas up the bat? Like, come on. I think that was the worst time to use these jerseys. And I'm just not a fan of them at all. So, at the end of the day, listen, the Mets beat the Phillies. They win the series. And the Phillies lose an opportunity to gain an advantage on the Braves. What's new? Let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.